Hello, everybody. Welcome to the AP update, second update video. I am going to try to do this in 15 minutes or less. This is just updates to the AP exam, important information. That's weird. I'm going to be checking to make sure that you've watched the video. This is worth points. So watch, answer questions. Let's do this. Okay, so starting out, these slides I'm going to put up on Haiku so you can check out any of this on Haiku. If I'm going too fast, you can also pause the video. But this is a summary of resources available. So there's a testing guide, checklist, which I'll post, the testing demo, which is part of your homework today, and FAQs. So the AP exam day checklist, I highly recommend that you fill that out. Put your AP number on it. I think that's really the big thing, is knowing your AP number. And then the testing demo, you've been assigned to do it, so you need to do that demo. Okay, so this guide, we got 4 main parts, starting with about your AP exam ticket. You are receiving your ticket by email 48 hours before your test. Each ticket is different, and you can also access it by signing into your College Board account. This goes to the email that's on file with College Board. If you want to change that email, that deadline is tomorrow, the 7th, okay? So make sure that, this is why I've been are you getting the emails? Because it's coming to that email address. Don't share it with anyone. It's non-transferable. Make sure to keep it in case you need to request a makeup exam. The one that you're going to get is valid for May. Remember, our exam is May 18th, which is Monday, at 4 p.m. And because it starts at 4, you need to sign in at 3:30. Okay? So Monday, May 18th, sign in at 3:30. Exam starts at 4. If you can't test on these dates, don't use that ticket and you'll automatically receive a different ticket. But you need to be planning to test on this day, because if you test on the June date, as your first choice, and something goes wrong, you cannot retake it. June is the last chance. So try to take it in May. But if something goes wrong, especially if you have some kind of an emergency and you cannot take it in May, there is a June retest date. If you don't activate your May ticket, you'll automatically get a June ticket. If something goes wrong during your exam and you need to make it up, that we'll go over later, but you'll receive a e-ticket 48 hours in advance. APES is Wednesday, June 3rd at 2 p.m. for that retest. So what to expect for this year's exams? They are telling us that it's not going to be more difficult to pass this year. It's not like they're going for a quota of the number of 3, 4s, and 5s. And don't worry if you can't complete everything before you submit your response. You just need to make sure you submit your response, okay? Okay, so speaking of submitting responses, how can you do that? You have 3 different options. You can copy and paste a typed response. You can attach a typed response, or you can attach a handwritten response with photos, okay? We're going to talk about each one of those. So option 1, copy and paste a typed response and then click submit. Honestly, guys, if I were taking it, this is what I would do. So I would have Google Docs open on one side of my screen. I would have the question open on the second side, and I would then type out my response, copy and paste it into the submittal area. You need to make sure that you can type your AP ID and initials at the top of your response. This is something you could do before the exam in order to be ready to go. And when the timer has 5 minutes remaining, it's going to turn red, and that is when you copy and paste and click submit, okay? So you'll have to submit once for each question, right? There are 2 questions, so you'll go through this process twice during the whole thing. Yeah, so make sure to include your AP ID, and when that timer hits 5 minutes, it'll turn red, and at that point, you need to submit your response. If you want to attach a document, you can do that. So for this one, you need to also type your AP ID and initials, and you can do that beforehand at the top of your page. And when the timer has 5 minutes remaining, attach your response. If you have 2 questions, you have to create, save, attach, and submit 2 separate documents, one for each question. So you can't just submit one document that has your answers to both questions, okay? You need to have a different document for each question. Note the different accepted file types and make sure that you are saving as one of those if this is what you're going to choose to do. Okay. For type 3, this is especially if you are using a phone, and I know a lot of you guys are in like AP Calc, AP Stats, and I think they are probably encouraging you to handwrite for math tests. So with this one's a little bit trickier. So best way to use this is a smartphone or a tablet. And, sorry. You need to, on this one, write your AP ID and initials at the top of each paper that you are submitting and write your response clearly. For this one, you need to attach 1 page per photo. So you can't attach like 2 pages like this in one photo. It needs to be like this is this is page 1, this is page 2. And you can only submit 5 photos per test question. So with this, you need to attach everything before you hit submit. This is super duper important. So do not like attach to page 1 and hit submit, because you can't go back after you hit submit. So make sure before you hit submit you have uploaded all of your pages, all of your photos, and then once you have double, triple checked that you've uploaded everything, then hit submit. So in this, hitting submit is like turning your test in. You cannot have it back. You can't go back. You can't go back and change. So submit is like very final. Okay. Also, this one, all of these I want you to practice, but this one, make sure you practice using that AP demo site. Okay, if something goes wrong and you want to request a makeup exam, you need to go to this collegeboard.org/request makeup, and you fill out a ticket, and they'll look into your request, and you will receive a ticket, or you'll receive a response on the week of May 25th, okay? They are asking people to not call because call centers have been closed due to the pandemic. Okay, so this should go smoothly for you, but if something goes wrong, just go to that request makeup page. Also, email me, email Mr. Henselite or Mr. Hauser. Will also help you figure out what to do. Okay, 5 things to do before exam day. Number 1, review your contact information. Hopefully you've done that. Number 2, check your tech. Make sure that you know what device you're using, what method you're going to do. Number 3 is super important. You're going to do it today. Practice submitting your response. Number 4, gather what you need. So any materials you're going to use, a calculator, which you're actually not going to need a calculator for this one, but you can have one, and receive your exam confirmation and e-ticket emails. Okay, so go in, make sure it's going, like your ticket's going to go to the email you want. Pick your device. If you have Grammarly, you need to remove that because it won't run the test if Grammarly is installed on your browser. Prepare your documents. So for this one, like open up if you're gonna copy paste, open up a document and put your APID and your initials at the top, and then have that ready to go. If you're gonna save, go in and create those documents. If you're gonna handwrite, go in and like handwrite your ID and your initials at the top. Also put page numbers if you're gonna handwrite. Test your text. So go to the demo, it's required. Go to the demo, it's required. What you need on exam day, this you can pause and look at. Important thing to know is that Internet Explorer doesn't work, so you need to use Chrome, Firefox, Safari, or Edge. You can use optional resources, but if you're out there searching the internet, it's going to waste your time, and it also might put you at risk of an exam violation. So like you do not want to plagiarize on this because you will be reported to like colleges that you have applied to. You can use your textbooks, but like don't rely on like, oh, it's going to be in the book, I can look it up, because you won't have time. Okay, so May 4th, which was Monday, you should have gotten an email to confirm your APID, and then 48 hours before your exam, you're going to get an email with your entrance ticket. Okay, exam day checklist, make sure you have your APID code. And on exam day, 30 minutes, this is super important, 30 minutes before your local start time, so 3:30 on the 18th, you need to click on that exam ticket, open that exam, and get signed in. And then you have the timing for each question here. Make sure your testing environment is quiet to the best of your ability. Put on do not disturb stuff on your devices. Make sure people aren't gaming on your bandwidth. So like make sure you're ready to go. For security, the College Board is not telling us exactly what they're doing to like try to catch cheating, but like you may not receive help from anyone who is not you. You may not collaborate on this, and they are going to be looking at like forums, and they're also going to be looking at like, you know, Twitter, obviously, and other places to make sure people aren't trying to collaborate. If you are caught cheating, your name will be reported to college admissions offices for attempting to cheat, and your AP exam scores will be canceled. Okay, so you can, it's open book, but do not try to collaborate on this, okay, guys? Very serious. Okay, check into your exam. So this is 30 minutes before your exam time. You need to click on that entrance ticket, and then you'll have a countdown timer. This is in the demo that you'll see. Answering your exam questions, make sure, like if you're handwriting, notice they have their ID and their initials and the page number. Managing your time, there's a timer. It turns red when it's time to submit at 5 minutes. Submitting your responses. So this one, it's a two-step process. You have to attach or paste your response and then hit submit. Submit means that you are turning in your exam, okay? If your response continues to transfer after the exam ends, wait for an on-screen message confirming that your exam is complete before you exit out, okay? So make sure that you get the confirmation that your exam has uploaded before you exit out of your browser. Okay, if stuff goes wrong, go to request makeup and credits. So 3, 4s, and 5s are going to be released, or scores will be released about July 15th, which is about normal. Internet browsers, Internet Explorer won't work. Okay, Heron and Riverside specific. So there will be a link posted on my Haiku page that will help us keep track of your progress. Use this for 3 purposes. Number 1, to indicate that you received the email from College Board on Monday, May 4th. Indicate you received your ticket and indicate you've successfully completed your exam. So you need to interact with this form 3 times. Okay, we did it, guys. Okay, so email me if you have questions. Come to office hours. Ask me in our Zoom meeting next week. I look forward to seeing your faces. Guys, I believe in you. You're going to do great. You got this. I'll see you later.